Hi there, and a very warm welcome. Today I'm going to be revealing the 5 things that house hunters often find out too late. Do please make sure you're subscribed and that you've got your alerts turned on, as at MoveIQ we release new episodes to help home buyers, and we upload them very regularly. As someone who's been deeply involved in the property sector for more years than I care to remember, I'm delighted by how industry standards have improved, and it's good to see the current moves pushing for buyers to be given more upfront information. But there are still a lot of things that can affect a property that might only be disclosed after you've made an offer, and you're already at that stage well into the expensive conveyancing process. This wastes both your time and your money. Worse, you might only find out about something that affects life in your new home after you've bought it. So let's take a look at some of the things that buyers can find out too late. Number 1, the property is overpriced. When we're house hunting, we're looking to fall in love, we're trying to fall in love. And that can mean we make decisions with our hearts rather than our heads. But it is, of course it is, so important not to overpay. You don't want to be paying a premium. The best way to protect yourself from this is to carry out proper research, due diligence if you like, on a property before you make an offer. Do your comparisons, think about the property and the location as a whole package. A really simple and convenient way to do that is to download my MoveIQ property report. Those reports bring together a host of information that then helps you assess for yourself the value of an individual property. It includes prices of sold properties in the local neighbourhood. Number 2 is boundary disputes. These often don't come to light until your solicitor is involved and starts digging around in the land registry title. One of the things I love about the property report is that you can see the registered boundary of the house that you're interested in. It's there in black and white. That includes the building, the garden, parking, and any other outside spaces. You can also see the boundaries of all the neighbouring properties, and if anything looks out of place, you can bring it up with the estate agent or the seller right away. Of course, you'll still need a solicitor to double check these things if you do make an offer, but it can really give you an advance warning if something looks amiss. Third on my list is planning, because this is such an important area. I talked about it in detail in episode 3, but just to recap, you should know up front whether the home you're interested in has been extended in the past, whether the neighbours are planning any building work, and whether there's anything going on in the wider neighbourhood that could affect the property. Too often, these things only come to light when your conveyancer flags them further down the track. You've missed the prime time opportunity, the prime moment to negotiate the asking price, because that comes at the start. It might even mean that you need to pull out, wasting hundreds of pounds in legal fees and upsetting various people along the way. Our property report has a whole section dedicated to local planning applications. Next up is crime rates. Even gentle, leafy suburbs can become crime hotspots. Often wealthier areas are targeted by some of the most organised thieves, meaning you might need to invest in high-tech security. That's definitely something that you'd want to be aware of before committing to buying. On the other hand, it's important to be able to read the crime statistics correctly and accurately. They may look high at first glance, but you need to compare them with the national average just to put some context on it. Our MoveIQ property report tracks trends in a 1-mile area month by month and segments incidents into things like crimes against the person, burglaries, and vehicle crimes. If the majority of incidents in the area are bicycle theft, well, that's very different to finding out that the area is plagued by knife crime or antisocial behaviour. My final find out before you offer tip is running costs. These might seem negligible compared to the cost of the property itself, but whenever you're considering a move, you do need to know not just that you can afford the mortgage repayments, but that your budget stretches to all of the other monthly costs. That includes the council tax. The property report will show you not only what this is annually, but also what nearby properties are paying. This really could give you a heads up on whether there are any discrepancies. You'll also be able to see the property's EPC, which is its energy rating, and that gives you an idea how energy efficient the house is and therefore how expensive it might be to heat. If there's a lot of work to do to bring it up to scratch, it could give you a bargaining chip when it comes to negotiating the price. You'll also see information like the risk of flood, which will of course affect insurance prices. It all helps with your decision making and preparation for negotiation. And on that note, make sure that you join me for the final episode in this series, when I'll be talking you through how to make an offer with confidence. I'll see you then.